My name is Steve Way. I'm 31 years old. I'm an actor, comedian, writer, speaker, high school substitute teacher, and I was born with muscular dystrophy. Basically, that means that my muscles don't develop in the way that normal people's muscles should. Muscular dystrophy is a degenerative disease, so it gets worse over time. And thankfully, my doctors don't think that my condition would get any worse. I really only had one bully growing up. He bullied me in front of other people, so nobody liked him because of it. I was at that age, everyone's awkward. Everyone has that phase. But when you're disabled like me, and it's very obvious that you look different from everyone else, that really takes a lot to accept and put past you. It adds this whole other layer of being self-conscious. I met my girlfriend by hiring her as my personal care assistant, because at the time my roommate was moving out, so I had to hire someone to, help me, feed me and dress me. We just really got to know each other. We very quickly realized that our mentality, our outlook on life were very, very similar. We really developed a strong emotional and mental bond over it. We just fell in love. And here we are. Acting really came out of doing stand-up comedy. Doing stand-up really helped me find my voice that I don't think I would have found without it. And people like Rami and our friend John that we went to high school with really pushed me to do acting. Rami wrote me as a character for his show. He really fought for me and advocated for me. I took 1 week-long acting class, and the rest of it just came out of the help and direction of my friends around me. And I think that was more helpful for me. It helped me really figure out what my true potential was. It really helped me understand the impact of what it meant for me to share my story and to make other people relate to me. I want people to understand that you don't have to be disabled to understand what my life is like. Yeah, I do things differently, but I still have problems with employment, housing, friends, family. It's all universal. And I'm hoping that I'm able to open the door for not just more disabled voices, but more diverse disabled voices. Yeah, I'm disabled, but I'm still a straight white guy. I don't know what it's like to be black and disabled, gay and disabled, female, trans and disabled. And those people deserve to have their stories told too. I just use it as a tool to have fun, make a fool of myself sometimes. It helps me raise awareness of issues that people might not know about, but in a fun way, in a way that will help people understand it better, in a way that will help people to empathize with it. Obviously, like everyone else, I get my fair share of internet trolls, but I think that comes with the territory. You can't really take it seriously. If a certain video that you're passionate of don't want to stop you from doing what you want, because you never really know what content you produce is going to be the one that really makes people understand your message. Sometimes it's hard because it's not always accessible to some disabled people. We know for a fact that a couple years ago, TikTok was suppressing videos of disabled creators. So when it comes down to it, it's a systemic problem, but I know a lot of people, including myself, who are working every day to fight that. When I was 14 years old, I had back surgery. I had scoliosis really bad. It was getting to the point where if I didn't have surgery, it was going to kill me. So I had this surgery, and a month and a half later, it gave me pneumonia, and I stayed within 5 minutes of dying. And when I went back to the hospital, they accidentally overdosed me on a drug, and it put me in a coma for a day and a half. So I ended up being on life support for 2 weeks, and I was in the hospital for a month. That was a really big wake-up call. It showed me that not only is life really too short, but it's extremely fragile, and how everything can change in just a matter of 5 minutes. But it really gave me a new perspective on life, because I remember lying in that hospital bed just thinking, was I happy with my life? And I really wasn't. And I think that really shaped who I am today. Like I said before, I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do what I like and what I enjoy. It really changes you, especially when you're 14 years old. And I realized that everything truly happens for a reason. And it really helped me understand all that, because I think all that had to happen to make me who I am today. I think it really helped me to embrace my disability more and to not be ashamed of it. And is the first thing that is going to influence people's perceptions of me. I need to claim that for how I want it to be in my life, for how I want other people to see me. And before, I thought that was out of my control. And it really made me understand that I had a lot more power and agency than I ever thought. My future, I definitely want my own TV show. I'd love to act in movies. Like I mentioned before, I want to help other disabled people tell their stories and to get a platform of their own. I'd like to advocate about healthcare more. I'm really passionate about healthcare in America, and not just disabled people, but for everyone, because people don't realize that they can become disabled at any time. I want to eventually start a charity to help disabled people who have financial gaps with their health insurance, because not every insurance will fully cover the cost of a wheelchair or of a ventilator or a hospital bed. I can't just help people any way I can, financially, emotionally, with their career. Most of the time, there's no seat at the table for us, so I have to bring my own. I think it's really important for us to grow as individuals with a disability because society doesn't really allow us to do that. So it's really important that we do it on our own. If there's something out there that we want to do, most of the time we have to create it on our own. I know that I would be given the opportunity to be unfiltered, open, honest, to help others, inspire others. I think the main thing that I want people to take away from this interview is that I'm just a regular guy. I know I look different, but I'm having fun. I'm enjoying my life. I have great people in my life. Great parents, great sister, great friend, great girlfriend. I'm happy. I'm doing what I love. It doesn't mean I still don't face massive systemic problems. I want to thank everyone for watching today. If there's anything you want to know more about me, my story, anything I'm working on, or if you want to just ask me a question, feel free to follow me on Instagram or TikTok. And I hope you have a wonderful day.